सोशल मीडिया पटेल प्रहलाद भाई
is experiencing severe turmoil, and world-renowned investor and author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, has once again made headlines. He has not only warned of an economic crash but also claimed to have foreseen the approaching recession as early as 2013. Now, the question is how to weather this potential storm. Robert Kiyosaki has suggested a straightforward and clear path: gold and silver. Let's find out what he has to say. Hello, I'm Sandhya Bisht, and you're watching the Economic Times Hindi. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has once again issued a serious warning and advice through a social media post. In a new Twitter post, he stated that the biggest crash in history is beginning, and unfortunately, it has already arrived. He added that people have the opportunity to become rich in such a crisis, and the best way to do so is through gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Robert Kiyosaki is often seen offering investment advice through social media posts. Now, his new post is rapidly going viral, in which he reiterates his crash warning. He writes that the biggest crash in history is beginning, and unfortunately, it has already arrived. In 2013, I published Rich Dad Professory, which predicted the biggest crash in history. This is not limited to the US, but is also visible in Europe and Asia. The author of the famous book Rich Dad Poor Dad elaborated on his warning, stating that artificial intelligence, AI, will eliminate jobs. When jobs crash, real estate in offices and homes will also crash. Kiyosaki further advised people that now is the time to buy gold, silver, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Robert Kiyosaki gave a high target for silver in his post, describing it as a way to become rich even during a crash. He said that silver is the best and safest precious metal. In other words, it's quite safe. Today, the price of silver is $50. But I expect the silver price to reach $0 soon and around $200 in 2026. Kiyosaki wrote that the good news is that millions will lose everything. If you're prepared, this crash will make you even richer. Robert Kiyosaki has issued similar warnings many times before. In most of his posts, people are often advised to buy gold, silver, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. The renowned author calls stocks and bonds fake currencies and describes gold, silver, and Bitcoin as assets that make people rich. Now, it remains to be seen how his predictions, one after another, will play out. The impact and truth of these predictions will be reflected in the future. That's all for this video for now. For more such videos, keep watching the Economic Times Hindi. Om.